Hey everybody, it's Song here. Welcome to my first ArtSY Monday video. This is going to be a new series where I will upload a new video every Monday. And this series will include many fun things. So in this video, I will show you how I made this abstract mixed media art journal / painting, whichever one you think it fits the best. And I want to do these videos as less edited as possible. So I am not going to add the fancy transitions, I'm not going to edit out the process, and I am not going to put in some captions at all. I'm just going to do voiceovers, and you can just make stuff in it as I go along, and just, you know, you can listen to this as your background, you can create along with this video. This is just me having fun with my stuff. So here it is. And I've already created background here as I was talking, and it's very simple. I just took orange and blue acrylic paint. They are Ranger's Dylusion paint. And then I took some Prima's purple oil pastel and just blend them in with my fingers. I do not want them to be looking perfect at this point because later on I will blend them even more using water, and the purple will be very fainted. You will see how the purple will turn out here. They will be very fainted because the water activates them, because they are the water soluble oil pastels. So when water touches it, it will get activated and it will act like a watercolor. And that's the look I am actually going for. But the oil pastel has already stained the paper, so when the water hits it, it will still have the little purple color underneath, but it will blend away the harsh edges. And now I'm adding some white gesso. This will act like two purposes. One is to tone down the background, and the second purpose is to kind of prime the surface a little bit more. Now if you're going to use watercolor as your major medium, I don't suggest you use gesso to prime your surface. I suggest you to use watercolor ground, which is more porous than, well, yeah, I should say that, more porous than gesso. So your water will soak into the ground instead of sitting on top of gesso. I don't know if you have noticed that, but when you use gesso and then you use your sprays or your watercolor on top, it tends to dry in little puddles, and it's not that pretty, right? And then you have those streaky looks. If that's what you're going for, perfect. But if you want those soft watercolor look how streaky it looks because it's sitting on top of gesso. So if you're going for a very soft look, I suggest you to go with watercolor ground instead. I don't have watercolor ground. I don't particularly need it because I am not doing some, you know, major scale or some serious watercolor painting at this point. So I don't have it, but yeah, that's my little tip. And now I'm using watercolor to do some background color for those major two spots for my major focal point on this art journal page. And I want this color to have some variations. That's why you see me using the orange and the coral, very coralish red color on this. I will just mix and match those two colors and have them kind of blend into each other. And now I'm using my Inktense block, and then just draw some cute little swirls, and then I spritz with some water to kind of activate the ink a little bit. And then after the water is dried, I will go in and then do more little swirls just so that it doesn't get washed out by the water. But I really want the water to activate the ink so that it has more color in the background. Now I'm using a black color just to add a little bit more contrast to the color, because right now the colors are way too vibrant and way too warm. And I like how this black just breaks apart everything. I know it looks pretty dark at this point, but later on you'll see what I do to kind of bring in those three colors all together. Now after the waters are dried or semi-dried, I just went into those patterns and add even more swirls to really emphasize on this texture. Now I'm using some acrylic paint to add the texture, to add even more texture, I should say, because watercolor paints are just way too flat, and acrylic paint, especially heavy body ones, have really nice texture. The ones I'm using are not heavy body, but it's good enough and it's heavy enough to add those body or texture to my art journal page or painting here. And I'll let the orange and red color kind of go into the black a little bit, just to bring those three colors together so it does not look like there's a huge blob of black color at the bottom. And I made some boo-boos by splattered my acrylic paint onto the surrounding areas, and it's very simple to fix because it's still wet and I have gesso, so it gives me some time to wipe away the boo-boos. See the red dots on the left corner? I just wipe it away using damp paper towel, and it's clean and it will not do anything harm. And I'm using some copper color mica powder and gold color mica powder to mix them together and for a vintage gold color. I don't like the yellow gold color, but I really love the vintage gold color. That's why I'm doing that. And I added a little bit of water to mix them into a paste consistency. And then I am using my very thin, long liner brush to create some explosion or tree branch type of texture or pattern on my page. So it gives even more contrast. I love gold color. I always say that. Gold color is probably one of my favorite color right now. And after I painted all this pattern, I just splattered this whole mixture onto my page to create those gorgeous gold splattered look. And that's it. That's the journal page. I really hope you like it. If you love this page and like this kind of video, leave a thumbs up and comment. Also, don't forget to check out my blog for the finished project photos and the detail photos. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later in my next video. Bye!